So I'm out here watching the sunset as I have for about a month now, almost every night, and reading my Bible, and I'm in Romans, and it made me think about some of the methodology that I use to storytell, which is something I've been wanting to make a video about for a while actually. So let me frame myself slightly better, and I will explain what I'm talking about. So in Romans 5, there's this beautiful section that I love about being justified by faith and having peace with God through our Lord Jesus Christ. And we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation works patience, and patience experience, and experience hope. And hope does not, some versions say disappoint, some say it doesn't make you ashamed. But the point still stands. Because I talk about a lot about enjoying, sorry, it's mosquitoes, about enjoying making readers cry. There is a great little something in there, about feeling like an evil overlord or whatever. But it's mostly because there is something to feel. You cry, you feel something because there is something to feel. I have successfully done what I came to do, which is to make someone feel a big emotion over the thing that I've written that intended to bring that feeling to you. And the feeling that I intend to bring to you is like the feeling of a sunrise. And I'm looking at a sunset right now. But imagine that it's a sunrise. C.S. Lewis said this great quote about that you don't have to see the sun rising to know that it's up. And you don't have to see the sun rising to know that it's up. But the transition from darkness to light, that contrast, the transition from the one to the other, is so majestically beautiful. And that's why we as humans love it. And that's the reason why I deeply love the sun. I love sunlight. Whenever I can think of all the things that I'm thankful for, one of the biggest things is the sun. I love sunlight. I love the sun. I love the things that it does. And it's the transition from the darkness to light. So in Psalm 30, the Bible talks about how the weeping only lasts for the night, but the joy comes in the morning. And you do have to have the weeping in the night, because we live in a fallen world. We live on the earth, and it is a very grieving thing to be here sometimes because of the sin and the pain that's in the world. But the weeping lasts for a night, only during the night. And come the morning, which will always come, there's nothing you can do to stop the morning from coming. There will always be joy. And I make a lot of bad things happen to fictional characters because of that. The bad things are always going to happen, even in real life, even in fiction, because fiction imitates real life. Bad things will happen in fiction. A lot of bad things, sometimes even the worst thing that could happen to that character is going to happen. But there will inevitably be a morning after that dark night, and there will be a sun rising, and there will be something beautiful to see at the end of that, because the tribulations, which is a fancy word for bad things happening, difficulties, they experience character and patience, and ultimately hope, which is the best possible thing to happen to that character in the end, is that they have hope. That all good stories, I think, should always have hope at the end. It is essential, because in real life, in the actual world, no matter what bad things happen, there will always be hope in the end, because the, again, inevitable thing that we cannot do anything to stop from happening is that, provided we are walking a faithful life with Jesus Christ, we will end up in glory with him. And there is no small amount of hope that comes from that. So that was a really big bug in the middle of my giant speech. But
all this preamble and rambling while I'm staring at the beautiful sunset is all to say that I write stories where bad things happen, and I do that on purpose. I make a lot of bad things happen, and there are more bad things to come, even in stories you haven't read yet, and that is for a reason, that is for good reason, called It's Only for a Night. And there is a sun that always rises. And that's what I write about. So there you go. Let's look at this sunset.